right, let me introduce myself. Name's Chazz Palminteri. Yeah, that Chazz. And before we get into tonight's story, I got to address a couple of fucking geniuses lurking around this channel. A few little chirping pigeons who don't know their ass from a fire hydrant. See, every so often we get these haters, couple of real mouth breathers, asking, why doesn't Chris Dallas tell the news himself? Why doesn't he show his face? What is he hiding? First of all, the channel's called Celebrity Recreations. Read the fucking sign on the door, would you? Chris recreates celebrities like me with precision most of you haters couldn't dream of. This ain't him playing dress up. This is him taking raw footage, styling it, cleaning it, syncing it, and bringing us to life with lip sync and voice accuracy hitting as high as 99.8%. You ain't getting better than that unless you dig up a time machine and drag the real celebrities back here yourself. As for why doesn't he show his face? He does when he has to. He showed it in the Charlie Kirk tribute right in the beginning because it mattered. He pops in when it's right for the scene. This ain't the Chris Dallas show. This is a cinematic channel where he uses us, the characters, the celebrities, to deliver the stories. That's the branding, that's the product, that's why you're here. Now let me explain something else. Chris Dallas ain't some random schmuck behind a keyboard. The guy's got a documented 197 IQ. Yeah, go ahead and Google how rare that is. Measured across 4 separate evaluations, calibrated with the Mega Society composite formula. That's the elite of the elite group. Top 0.0001%. The kind of minds that rewrite history books, not YouTube comments. So when you little keyboard gladiators come on here taking shots, you ain't calling them out. You're embarrassing yourselves. You're not just out of your league. You're not even in the fucking stadium. And listen, Chris bans the ones who make threats, because we don't play that game. But the rest of you, you want to throw shade? Fine. Just be ready, because Chris will burn you back with replies so sharp, you won't even know how to fucking respond. So before you type your next masterpiece of stupidity, think. I know it's hard, but give it a shot. All right? Enough of that. Let's get on with the show for the real warriors out there. Let me tell you something, kid. It's the Christmas season. A time for family, for reflection. Whenever you hear the words peace on earth this time of year, you better hold on to your wallet, because as much as we all want to believe in it, you got to remember that peace is bad for business for a lot of powerful people. And somewhere in the back rooms, behind the cameras, behind the headlines, there's always somebody who hates peace more than they hate their own reflection. And wouldn't you know it? The same thing's happening right now with this new Ukraine peace plan that Trump is trying to push through. It's a simple plan, 28 points, 28 chances to stop the bleeding, to stop the bodies from hitting the dirt by Christmas. Russia pulls back to the current lines. Ukraine stops firing and gives up the territory they already lost. Everybody signs security guarantees. It's clean, it's straightforward, it's a logical way to end the slaughter. And you'd think people would be celebrating in the streets, right? Popping champagne from Kiev to Moscow. But instead, you got an entire industry, the media, the politicians, the defense contractors, the billionaires, panicking like somebody just unplugged their fucking cash machine. They're not talking about saving lives. They're talking about losing leverage. That should tell you everything. Now look, I'm not here to tell you who to like or who to trust, but Tucker Carlson, he dropped something heavy this week. Something that pulls the curtain back on the whole damn show. He says the Wall Street Journal, yeah, those guys, the respectable ones, are sitting on a story with proof that one of Ukraine's top men, a guy named Andriy Yermak, the second most powerful guy in the country, has fucking skimmed hundreds of millions of dollars in U.S. aid. Not thousands, not a few millions, hundreds of fucking millions of your tax dollars. And instead of reporting it, instead of exposing the crook, the Journal's protecting the fucking guy, they're burying the story. So you got to ask yourself the question, why? See, in my neighborhood, you learn one thing early on. Nobody hides the fucking truth unless they're making money from the lie. It's that simple. So when Tucker says that this same guy, Yermak, is the one leading the charge in Ukraine to sabotage the Trump peace plan, and the Wall Street Journal just happens to be attacking Trump and the peace plan at the same time on its editorial page, Where I come from, we call that a coincidence. You don't believe even if the Pope himself swears on a stack of Bibles that it's true. It's a coordinated hit, plain and simple. Here's the part the average person, the guy working 2 jobs just to pay his mortgage, misses. War ain't just bullets and tanks. It ain't just about patriotism and flags. War is business. It's a multi-trillion-dollar industry. It's defense contracts. It's ad revenue for the cable news channels. It's panel shows. It's think tanks. It's international conferences and fancy hotels. There are people, powerful people, whose entire careers and fortunes would be financially ruined if peace actually broke out tomorrow. You think they're going to let a little thing like Christmas or 1 million dead soldiers get in the way of their bottom line? And let's talk about Ukraine for a minute. Let's be honest about what it's become. Zelensky cancels the Christian churches. He cancels the elections. He puts the whole country under martial law and throws his political opponents in jail. And where are the weapons we send them? Half of them, Tucker says he knows for a fact, end up on the black market. Some of them in the hands of the fucking drug cartels on our own border. You think the CIA doesn't know about this shit? Please. They're not just aware of it, they're probably facilitating it. The New York Times, of all places, basically admitted that the CIA is running the entire war. Ukraine isn't a sovereign nation anymore. It's a CIA cutout, a fucking proxy. And the Ukrainian people are just pawns in a much bigger, much dirtier game. And meanwhile, back here, the American people, the real people, not the clowns in Washington, they want this thing over. Left, right, center, it doesn't matter anymore. Nobody wants to see another kid from Odessa go into the ground for a piece of land nobody can fucking pronounce. Nobody wants another Russian mother burying a son. They're tired of the lies, tired of the spending, tired of the whole fucking thing. But the people who have never set foot on a battlefield, the ones who get rich off this, they're the ones on TV every night screaming, keep it going, we have to win. Win what? A pile of fucking ashes? And now Tucker's saying that the Murdoch family, who owns the Wall Street Journal, who owns Fox News, is playing both sides of the same newspaper like a two-handed piano player in a smoke-filled fucking bar. The editorial page is out there attacking the peace plan, calling Trump naive, and the investigative page is hiding the fucking evidence of corruption that's tied to the very people who are trying to kill the peace plan. What the fuck? Kid, I've been around a long time. I've seen a lot of things. That ain't journalism. That's a fucking covert operation with better lighting. That's what an intelligence agency does. You control the information, you control the outcome. It's the hallmark of a spy, not a reporter. You know why they're all so scared of this peace plan? Because this Christmas peace plan is the first time in 2 years that the world has had a chance to stop, to take a breath. And when people finally get a chance to breathe, they start asking questions. Wait a minute, why were we funding this war in the first place? Where did all that money really go? Who lied to us to get us into this mess? Boy, those kinds of questions make corrupt men sweat more than a hot summer in the Bronx. They can't afford an audit. They can't afford the truth. Now you got Putin himself saying he got the plan through the U.S. channels and he thinks it could be a basis to work from. And now listen, I ain't here to defend nobody. The guy's a fucking killer. But when the man who started the war says he's open to ending it, and the media and the politicians in our own country still lose their minds and scream no, that tells you everything you need to know. It was never about freedom for Ukraine. It was about bleeding Russia. And somebody behind the curtain is making way too much fucking money to stop now. Here's the truth no one wants to say out loud. Ukraine ain't a country anymore. It's a storefront. It's a laundromat for the military-industrial complex. It's a place where billions of dollars of our money goes in one way and comes out another. Into the pockets of a bunch of corrupt fucking oligarchs and American defense contractors. And every time somebody like Trump tries to close the store to shut down the money laundering operation, someone in a fucking suit shows up and says, whoa, 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 business is good. So here's my take, kid. It's simple. Peace is bad for business. Truth is bad for business. And men who try to tell the truth, they get silenced, they get fired, they get smeared. Or worse. But a war, a nice, long, bloody, profitable war, oh, a war feeds everybody. The politicians, the generals, the media, the bankers. And that's why every time you see a little light at the end of the tunnel, you find 10 powerful hands reaching out to turn it off. Until then, keep your eyes open, keep your heart steady, and keep your mind sharp. Because in this world, the truth ain't what they tell you, it's what they go to great lengths to tell you not to look at. Listen, before I go, let me tell you something. If you're still watching this, you're one of the sharp ones. You get it? And sharp people don't just watch, they participate. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe, tap the like button, and drop a comment, not for me, for the truth. Because this channel, yeah, it's been shadow banned to hell and back. They don't want you hearing voices like mine or his. And his, that's Chris Dallas. This kid writes every word you're hearing. He puts these scripts together for us celebrities, hands them over like a tailor making a custom suit. And let me tell you, he's second to none. Nobody does it better. Nobody. So if you want to help us beat the system, if you want to help a channel that's fighting uphill every single day, then share this video. Comment. Tell a friend. Tell an enemy. Tell somebody. All right? That's it for now. Chris and Chazz are out.